Appreciate it. All right, you should be able to see. I have a good visual kind of head to toe today. I think I got it spot on.
No
All right,
feet.
No feet.
No
Oh, yeah, they're
feet.
there. Yeah. I
Can you
them.
see if my foot steps forward and back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's better.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, whether or not you realized it was the weekend. Because some of my clients like to say every day's a weekend.
That's right. When you're retired, they are.
Yeah. So they like to make me feel jealous, which is a good response to making you feel overworked. So is what it is. So let's make sure we have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. We will be using a weight today. So use whatever you've got available. And there's a chance we'll use a resistance band. But no worries if you don't have one, because we actually might not even get around to using this today. We're going to be really focusing on our weight. Okay. So, oh, and make sure sturdy chair, no wheels, bare feet or sturdy shoes is best to prevent slipping. And let's just remind ourselves of our slow, deep breathing pattern. I'm actually going to count us in a 4-second inhale, 6-second exhale. As we breathe in, fill up the belly. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, and then out through pursed lips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more like that. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. So maintain that breathing pattern as best you can, especially our pursed lip exhale. But let's get into now a little bit more movement. So we're going to take our hand, we're going to reach across our bodies, pat ourselves on the back, and bring it back. So just reach one hand at a time, get across the body. I'd encourage you to start getting that little bit of rotation through your upper back. Good, so that little bit of rotation through your upper back. There we go. Maintain that breathing pattern. And as we continue, giving ourselves a nice pat on the back, I'm going to challenge you to also lift and lower your heels. So let's see if we can do those 2 tasks at the same time. Get into our breathing pattern as we slowly, steadily increase the challenge. Just get the blood going, start getting our heart rates up just a little bit. Prepare our bodies to work really hard today. Good. Okay, we're going to change up the arm movement to lifting straight up in 3, 2, 1. We're either lifting straight up and down, or you can bend your elbow to touch thumb to shoulder. So you can touch thumb to shoulder. Try to lift up as we breathe in, lower down as you breathe out. And I'm still challenging you to lift and lower your heels. There we go. So lift up that arm. See how far behind yourself you can touch, or how high up you can reach. And 3, 2, 1. We're now going to switch to palms up and pull apart the thumbs and then bring them back in. So as we pull apart the thumbs, I am looking for your chest, your upper back to move. Okay, don't just do the arms, get your chest opened up. Again, it's helpful to breathe in as you pull apart and breathe out as you bring the hands back in. Great job, team. So as we're doing this with our hands, we're actually going to start stepping a foot forward, one at a time. Good. Maintain that breathing pattern as best you can. Great job, everybody. Pull apart those hands. Again, we're going to change up the movement in 3, 2, 1. Shake out the arm. Side where we're going to make some circles. And then our legs are going to now step out on a diagonal. Good. So think about your feet drawing a V. And your circles down by your side. Good. Now, once you got the pattern going, your feet are kind of moving automatically. If you feel like an additional challenge, I will challenge you to maintain your circles, but slowly start to lift your arms up. And see how high up you can get them, making circles, and then lower them back down. There we go. And then do it again. Can we slowly lift our arms up as we make our circles? And slowly lower them down.
That takes a bit of concentration.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a coordination challenge here for you. Super, super fun.
That depends what you call fun.
I call this fun. All right. So next, I'm going to challenge you to switch directions on the circles. Oh boy, oh boy. Again, lift and lower the arms, but this time, can your legs step out to the side? We're changing the foot pattern. We've changed the direction of our circles.
My lower back's screaming. Is there something I can change?
Yep. What I would ask is, are you leaning back as you step?
I didn't think so.
Okay, so try leaning forward just a little bit.
Okay,
And then just keep your legs still and move the arms.
okay.
So is it lower back, like by your hips, or is it more kind of the middle of your back?
my waist.
Yeah, so see if that relieves some of it,
Yeah.
and try tightening through your belly button.
Thank you.
Okay, we're just gonna do one more lift and lower if you can.
Yeah, stopping the leg motion cured the back problem.
Yeah, so everyone rest there, shake out the arms. So that's a really good time to, we're gonna work on a little bit of that core strengthening piece. Because what can happen, the lower back can tighten up so much to help you be stable that it can be uncomfortable or sore or even painful. So what that looks like is if we're not creating tension through our hips as our hips become unstable, and our hips become unstable when we step, especially out to the side, especially forwards away from us. Sometimes we move a little bit without realizing. So what I would challenge you to do is, especially when we're not really thinking about it, so watching for a moment, this might have been painful or uncomfortable for some of you. Now let's all together do it slow. And what I'm going to say is the further away your footsteps, the more leverage there is, the longer the lever is, the harder it is for your body to compensate and remain stable. So I would like everyone to start off really small with our side step. So start with just a really small side step, one at a time. And actually, let's just do one leg at a time. Because the challenge here is, as one leg moves, and we've practiced this before, can the non-moving leg push into the ground? You should feel that glute tense up, and you should feel your core or that lower belly area also tighten up. So start off as slow as you need to. Find whatever that little tidbit of movement is that doesn't cause any pain or discomfort. So small movement, really slow. And I want you to do at least 5. If you can do 5, no pain, no discomfort, then you can graduate to making the step a little bit bigger. Because the challenge here is I want you to find your challenging but doable range. We're really focused on the movement. Again, my foot is pushed down into the ground. I've tightened up through my glute. Core is tight. My leg is actually getting tired. And that's great. Okay. Now, those of you who felt in your back, was that better, same, or worse?
Much better,
Perfect.
especially
Much
pressing
better.
down the other leg.
Yep. So now let's switch legs. So again, push down through one leg and step out with the other side. So again, what we're doing here, guys, is we're focusing on stability first. And we've talked before about how you need stability in order to have better movement. So quick, that's always my first thought when someone's like, oh, my back's sore when I'm doing this. Well, are we lacking some stability? So if we can slow it down and really focus on the stability and the pain goes away, that's the, okay, I just needed to create more stability. So now if you're walking around your house, if you're picking things up, things hurt, can you create that stability? Well, the 2 things that we created stable were our glutes, so tighten the glutes, and core. So we tensed up with our movement. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
If this is not a quick, easy fix for you, then that's when we kind of look at other things and look at, okay, is it some arthritis in there? Is it the positioning of our body, right? Are we slumped or lean too far back? Maybe we should go see a physio. But for general just discomfort and soreness, if this creates a good, easy fix for you, awesome, right? Let's practice that in our day-to-day. So now let's get our arms swinging. And we're going to step 1 foot forward and back at a time. So again, now today, anytime we start a new movement, you or somebody who had some discomfort or pain in the lower back, can you start off slow? Push down through your non-moving leg. Again, create that stability. And if you're feeling really good, you can progress it Make it gradually a little bit more challenging for yourself. And tensing up through your core and maintaining your breathing pattern is really challenging, but really important to do.
Oh, talk some breath.
So don't hold your breath as you tighten your core. There we go. Awesome. Good job, team. We'll go for just a couple more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to graduate to lifting a knee and pushing our arm out. So again, start off slow. Start off really slow until you get the movement and your body goes, okay, I understand the pattern. My body's capable of doing it. And then you can increase the challenge. Increase how high up you lift the knee. Increase how fast you are starting to move your legs. Make sure you're still maintaining that pushing down into the ground. Tightening up the core. And you might go a little bit more intense until you kind of go over the edge and your body's like, oop, that's sore. Well, pull it back just a little bit. Find your range. Maintain that breathing pattern. Good work. So we've been slowly increasing the challenge for the lower back. And we're going to finish it off with one more in 3, 2, 1. Now we're doing our kick and touch the knee. So again, can you push down through one foot? Can you tighten up through the core? There we go. Maintain your breathing, everybody. A fun side effect of working on the stability piece is we've done a lot of cardio. There we go. Almost there, team. Almost there. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, some of you might need to go into that recovery position where we're focused on just catching our breath, breathe out through pursed lips. Remember not to round because this closes off our breathways that get the chest up. Okay, get right back into that breathing pattern. Now I'd like to check in with you. How are our backs feeling?
Better.
Perfect.
Better.
Good. Excellent. Well done, team. Well done. So I love that because again, now you've got quick, easy fixes available to you. Anytime the back is sore, that should trigger you to go, oh, I need to tighten up my core and think about my glutes. And then things should get easier for you. So that's awesome. All right. Dream team. We are going to move on to some strengthening exercises. And we're going to really think about our glutes and core for the rest of the class. Okay. So we are going to do a type of sit to stand. Okay. So what our sit to stand is going to look like today is our sumo sit to stand, where we've got our feet and knees wide apart. We've got our weight. And what I'm going to challenge us to do is once we stand up, once we are standing, I'm going to ask you to slowly press the weight up overhead, then bring it down, and then sit down nice and slow. Okay, has everyone got that? Okay, let's do 15 together. and just do what you can. Remember, you can do a couple standing and then the rest seated. You can do all of them seated, all of them standing. If you're staying seated, just really press your feet into the ground for 1, 2, 3, and then you can push the weight up. Or you can push your feet into the ground for the amount of time it takes me to stand up. Okay, ready and go. So we're standing up with strength. Those glutes are super tight. Should feel like if anyone were to knock you over, you'd be still. Press the weight up, lower it down, and then slowly sit down. All right, and up. Press. Down. And down. Good. And up. Press. Down. And down. And up. Press. Down. And down. Up. Good. What number is that, team?
15.
10.
6.
Wait a minute. That was a lot of cheating happening there. Boy, you're lucky I've got a sense of humor. Remember who's in charge of the number.
You'll be adding another 20 onto it for that.
That's right.
Good thing you're nice.
Sometimes. Good job, team. All joking aside, this is your exercise class and you are in charge of your intensity.
I
So
just like to be a
please-
smart ass.
Absolutely, it makes it fun. Makes us have more fun. Good. Slowly up and press. Down and down with control. I'm seeing a lot of controlled movement, team. Well done. And this should be your last one. Up and up. Down and down. Rest. Good. All right. Good job, team. So now what I'm going to challenge you at, if you are staying seated, you can do this with both feet down or with one foot up and then switch halfway. And it's just slowly moving the weight side to side. So the weight is moving. Think about keeping it level with your belly button. And it's just moving in a straight line across. And the goal is for nothing else to move. So everything stays super still, even if one foot is up. Okay. Otherwise, to make this more challenging, you're standing. And you can always have your knees slightly bent. And again, I don't want to see anything else moving. Everything stays super still and just the weight moves side to side. So notice my hips stay still. My knees stay still. So think about the weight is trying to move you and you are resisting it. Great job, team. Good. So 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay. Now the second one, again, this is more focused on the core. Standing with the weight held in front of you. Not all the way out in front, arms bent. And you can either, I want you to think about keeping your body super stiff. And then you can either lift one heel at a time. So we're rocking side to side. And this is not swaying. This is pretend there is a board of wood glued to your back. So we're just rocking our bodies side to side. And again, think about belly button and lower back staying super strong and tight. If you are seated, again, the same thing at the edge of your seat. And we're kind of just rocking, think bum cheek to bum cheek. But think of a pendulum. Pendulum is super straight as it goes side to side. So we're staying really connected, breathing with the core tight. So you should feel that bit of tightness around your belly button. Good work, team. And again, we don't want to be turning anything. We're just shifting side to side. Everything is super strong and stiff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, did everyone feel their core tighten up?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good work. That can be a challenging one to really feel. So now what we're going to do with the weight is we're going to have it at our shoulder. Okay. I'd like you to try having your shoulder open like this. If that's not comfortable for you, you can try with it closed. So your palm stays facing inwards. Okay. And what I want you to do is really think about nothing else moving except your arm. So think about trying to balance a water glass on your head. Ready? Think about breathing out as we lift up. We're going up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. So again, water glasses on the head. Nothing else moves. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. 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 Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Tighten that core. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. And switch arms. Okay, ready. And up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. 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 Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 last one, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, and rest. Wow.
That was harder with my like I'm right-handed, so on my left hand it was I
Yeah.
really felt it more.
Absolutely. Yeah. Super common for that to be the case. It's because your strength isn't just the size and capacity of your muscles.
Mhm.
It's also your nervous system's ability to recruit the different fibers of your muscle. And so we call that, it's not just a strength, it's a coordination weakness. So that arm is not as used to working as a team. So it is a little bit weaker strength-wise, but it's also a little bit weaker just coordination-wise.
Mhm. Cool.
So it will improve in 2 sections, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, how's everybody feeling so far?
Good.
See some thumbs up. I don't see any thumbs down. I don't see any other fingers put up, which is great. So I'm going to take this to be everyone is having the time of their lives and feeling awesome and ready to repeat everything.
Better than Disneyland.
Better than Disneyland. That is high praise. My goodness. All right. I felt like most of you got that same like swooping sensation in your stomachs, like on a roller coaster, when I said we were doing sit to stands again. So same. All right, so for those sit to stands, we were doing our sumo stance. So legs out wide, just like a sumo wrestler. We've got our weight at our chest. And the goal here was to push through the feet to stand and then push the weight up. Doesn't have to go all the way up overhead. It's just adding some balance challenge here. And then down, 2, 3. Remember, you absolutely can stay seated and push your feet into the ground for 1, 2, 3, and then lift your weight up and then down. Okay, or you can just follow along with my movement. So we're going up, 2, 3. Raise the weight, and then down, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Press, down, sit, 2, 3, and up. Push, down, and sit, and up, and push, and down, and sit, and up. Glutes super tight, push, down, sit, and up. Push, down, sit. Good. Up. Push, down, and sit. And push, or up, sorry. Push, down, and sit. What's the number? I think it's 13. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. We have no secrets here about my counting skills. And up. And down. And sit. And up. Last one. Push. Down. Sit. Rest. Woo! There we go, team.
Good.
Awesome work. Super, super fun. Of course, we still need that weight. So the second movement we did was moving the weight across our body. So our weight was moving side to side while the rest of us stayed really still. If you're staying seated, you're welcome to have one leg up and then switch through it. You're welcome to sit on a pillow to add that little bit of instability. You're also welcome to do this standing, either up tall or slightly bent, and really think about nothing moves except that weight. So you can go ahead, the weight moves side to side, the rest of your body is resisting that movement. Good, so maintain your breathing pattern as we go. Great job, team. That's it, keep up your breathing. Three, two, one, and rest. The next one was about keeping the weight just in front of you and keeping your whole body super stiff as we kind of rock side to side. So you can just kind of lift one heel up at a time, or you can kind of rock foot to foot. But again, it's about, can you pretend that there's a plank of wood glued to the back of your head, down your back, down your legs, so nothing can move without moving as a team. Good. Again, think of a pendulum. A pendulum is a straight line, works as a team as it swings side to side. Good. You should feel your core stiffen up. Again, you're welcome to keep both feet on the ground. Just rock foot to foot. Lift one heel up at a time. But again, don't get into your swaying. So you don't want to sway. We want to pretend we're stiff as a board, rocking side to side. Because that's going to get your core fired up. Make sure you keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Good work, team. So it's an interesting challenge, this is actually. How can you move without starting the movement from your shoulders or hips? Can you start the movement just from your core? 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay.
Jill, when we do that, that really hurts my hips. And when I'm standing still, say at the kitchen sink for any length of time, my hips start to hurt. Any suggestions?
For standing at the sink, you can try having a little stool or just opening. Do you have a cupboard below your sink? Yeah, so you can open up the door, so you kind of have that bottom shelf. It's a little elevated, right? And you can just prop your foot up on there.
Okay, yeah.
I recommend that for anyone doing dishes with a sore back as well. So rather than standing here bent forward, at least have that little prop up. You're welcome to
Okay.
it just offsets some of that pressure. This rocking side to side definitely works your gluteus medius, which is your balance muscles from your glutes. So I mean, a couple things could be happening there. If it's becoming an issue in your day to day, I'd definitely go see a physio.
Okay.
But also you can just make sure you're trying to keep on top of massaging out those glutes. We've talked about like the small ball, either on the chair or against the wall. This stretch, that kind of stuff too. Okay. Perfect. We've got our fourth exercise, the last one in the sequence. And this is the really tough one on the arms.
Mhm.
And again, we're thinking about keeping everything else still in order to move this one weight. So I want you to think about tightening through the core to help you lift it. Ready, and up and down, up, down, 2, 3, 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 and up, down, 2, 3. Switch sides. Ready? Up. Tighten through the core. Down, 2, 3. Don't just think about lifting up your arm. Think about pressing the weight up. And the difference there is you should feel kind of just under your ribs or in the shoulder blade tighten up a little bit. Down, 2, 3, up, 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 down, 2, 3, and up, down, 2, 3. Rest. Good job, team. How did that feel, everybody? Pretty good? Nice. Tiring. Yeah. Wasn't a super nice one today, but that's okay. The best news ever is we've got one more exercise. And this time we're going to use the stretchy band. We'll use the stretchy band for our final exercise of this wonderful Tuesday. What you need to be aware of with the stretchy band, the next exercise uses very small muscles. So you want to make sure if you've got different resistances of resistance bands, you want a lighter one. Make sure you've got some good room. Make sure you're not trying to get as much range of motion as you can because we don't want any straining here. Okay. So we've got our arms out in front of us and we're doing our banded pull apart. So that's where we just try to pull the band apart. Again, no straining. You should feel like you can do all the movement through your shoulder blades. Now, still for some of you, your bodies may not like this exercise today for whatever reason. That's okay. What I'd encourage you to do instead is you can get your palms facing up and you can think about just gently pulling them apart. Notice my hands barely moved. I've got my elbows tucked in and I just pulled them apart just enough that I feel it between my shoulder blades. And then I just hold for 3 seconds and then relax. My hands, it doesn't even look like they really moved. So please don't force the range. Just work with your body, work with the resistance band you've got. And really all this says is if you can easily do a full range of motion with this exercise with your one band, you need a heavier band for some of our other movements. There we go. So you've got your 2 options. Listen to your neck and shoulders. We just got 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good job, team. All right, you can shake out your arms and roll your shoulders back a couple times. Just feel like listening to them crackle and pop. And then we're good to stretch. Let's pull up that elbow. Get into our breathing pattern. And remember, stretch time is the perfect time for questions. And we had a lot of learning today.
Good session.
Thank you. I thought it was a good session too. You guys did great.
Where do we find the recorded? Can we find the recorded exercises like throughout the week?
Yep. If you just search Google
Mm-hmm.
BC lung exercise with Jill,
Okay.
it'll come up as a whole library on YouTube and it'll
Okay.
show all the videos over the last, well, it's been at least 2 years.
Yeah.
BC lung exercise with Jill. Okay.
And on their YouTube channel, you can also find their webinars.
Okay.
So it's on separate switch arms. It's on separate, what they call channels.
Okay.
Think about it like a different document.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still under BC lung.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll see my face.
Okay. With your long hair.
You'll see me smiling. Great job, everybody. That was awesome. Okay, let's relax that arm. What we're gonna do now is stretch out your leg, bend forward to reach towards your toes. How's everybody's bodies feeling?
Good.
A little tender.
A little tender. Tender or tired?
No, tender.
Did you start off feeling a little bit inflamed or, stiff in the joints?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been drinking enough water?
No.
Oh, because that's one really easy way to help with inflammation.
Mhm.
Making sure you're hydrated and doing your best to get some sleep at night. Really easy ways to help your body with inflammation. And switch legs. Does anyone have any questions from today?
No, it's good. I liked it. Enjoyed it. But I've never been to Disneyland, so there you go. I'm deprived.
Well, you don't have the lineup, so
Yeah, that's true. That's why I avoid Disneyland.
right.
Mm.
Very good reason to.
That and
It's-
too many people.
Well, yes, on hot summer days, yes.
Mhm.
It's like, oh my.
I can't imagine standing in line for 3 hours to get on a ride.
Mm.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And rest there. You can bring one leg up to your shin or all the way up onto your thigh. And Kathy, let's see how this feels on your hips.
Oh. And you're, Jill, you're applying pressure with your knee down, or why do you have your hands clasped underneath your knee?
Great question. So a lot of people push down through the knee,
Right,
then they feel it more at the front of their hip.
right.
I prefer one that's just stretching such a small area of muscles and can stretch out the joint a little bit. I much prefer to pull the knee in and lean forward into it, and it actually gets your whole outer hip, your glute, what's called your piriformis, right up into your lower back
Oh yeah,
to get a much deeper stretch. And that's usually where people have more of a problem area.
I see. Okay.
Try them both, right? You can try pushing down gently. Be really gentle with that though. Some people really yank on it and just stretching out the joint versus pull the knee in and lean forward into it.
Mhm.
And switch sides. Great job,
Yes,
everybody.
I guess, how are you doing with your knee joints? I mean, just as a personal question, because I know that you've had issues before, right?
For sure. Bye, Barbara. Giving us a wave. Brilliant. Yeah, the knee's coming along. For those of you that don't know, I've had 2 ACL surgeries on this left knee. The most recent
Wow.
one was about a year and a half ago. And yeah, the only thing keeping it from being better than it is right now is just my time spent in the gym. I don't make enough time for my own health and well-being. But for where it's at, just kind of general day to day, it's really good.
Oh yeah, good.
Just not back to playing sports with it or anything like that. Just not
Right.
strong enough.
So you're not participating in the BC women's soccer team or anything?
No, just coaching.
Right.
Rest there, drop a leg back behind you.
Mm.
Yeah, it'd be one of those things where I could go back, but I have enough education and knowledge in this subject that I think it'd be a very foolish decision on my part.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm moving my head back back and forth saying, no, that
Yeah.
doesn't that isn't a good idea. I just have some friends that played soccer when they were younger, and they major issues as they got older and older, right? So it's really nice when you get into your 50s to still be able to use your knees too.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like if I get it strong enough, I'm gonna go back playing.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But just with the understanding, this has been a 3-year-long process, right?
right.
It was 2 years of it being injured back to back before I went for surgery, the second surgery.
Right.
So total, it's been about 3 years of, losing strength, lack of fitness, and it being injured. So I'm being very, very determined to get it really good before returning back to sport. But I would like to go back to playing again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Too many people just they're the weekend warriors. They used sport as their fitness
Mhm.
rather than staying fit for their sport.
Mhm.
And that's when you kind of run into more issues long term, or the people that are just so repetitive. So like a lot of soccer players, they're not in the gym consistently. They'll just go for runs to maintain fitness, and that's not keeping your overall body strong. Versus I've got some friends who are like, oh yeah, like I'm starting to get achy knees, so instead of just going for runs for soccer, I go biking, and I've started rock climbing at the gym, and they're starting to do all these variety of things, which is, it's the whole body approach. So, soccer players especially are quite notorious for doing just legs and running.
Yes, well, they've also got some pretty mean tackles as well, as I seem to recall.
On the men's side, that's a lot worse.
Oh yeah, okay.
The women's side, you get some of that, but you have a much better understanding of the women being going, listen, we have to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right,
Whereas the men's tend to have more guys who don't care that you have to work the next day. They're just there to let out all their frustration.
Yeah, okay.
Just from watching enough of both sides. But
Yes, yeah, no, I know the again. I have a couple of friends that played for quite a number of years. So yes, I mean they really enjoyed the sport, but it was brutal as well sometimes.
absolutely. Well, and my brother just blew out his knee from a bad tackle.
Oh,
My
Yeah.
boy.
younger brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, really,
yeah,
really bad tackle.
yeah. Right, just
So
step up
bad
and-
that he wouldn't tell me the name of the guy.
he's saving it, is he?
Big sister's
Well-
coming for him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you're involved in the soccer community, you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, team, we're going to take a deep breath in together. Feel free to do it however you are most comfortable with, but we're going to breathe in. And then slowly with control, breathing out.
Sorry.
Shake it out. That's okay. All right, team, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you all on Thursday. It's my understanding we've only got a couple sessions left before we're done for the summer.
Wow.
So really try to make it a priority. Get your face-to-face time in while you can.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you,
Have a
Maureen.
good week, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jill. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Stay well.
Bye,
everyone.
Barry. It's been a while. Oh.
Let me get out of here.